Tika prema donhara udaya karila donha alingia donhe bhumite paradila. The natural love for each other was awakened in them both, and they embraced and fell to the ground. Si Chaitanya Manavatam Bhutare Swayam Rupa Kalyana Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare. Today is a very, very special day. There are so many things to talk about today, because today is Rasa Yatra, today is the last day of Kartik, and today is Shalagram Tulsi Vivaha, the marriage of Sri Shalagram and Tulasi Maharani. That's why today we have a very, very special guest. He's sitting on the altar, very comfortably looking at all of you. This is Hayagriva Sri Shalagram Shila. Because there are so many topics to talk about, I would rather concentrate in one of them, and you know which one. So I will just briefly mention something about, okay, we'll talk about the verse and then we will talk about the festivities of today. So there are two very important things also mentioned in this chapter. One of them is the visit of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to a temple, very important temple in South India. It's called Jada Nishinha Temple. Here it is mentioned how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was passing the night in that temple, and how he was accepting the remnants of Jada Nishinha. Even though there are no so many descriptions about Jada Nishinha in Chaitanya Charitamrita, another place they are giving all the details about this famous deity, especially in Chaitanya Mangala for Lochan Das Thakur. So you want to hear about Jada Nishinha's story? Yeah. Okay. So there was this farmer, and he was all night guarding his cucumber crop. He only was planting cucumbers. And then one night he forgot to, he just fell asleep and forgot about his cucumbers. And then a wild boar came and he ate a bunch of cucumbers. So next day, the farmer was quite furious with the boar. So he said, tonight I will kill that wild boar. So at night he was waiting for the boar, and then the boar came and he shot him with his arrow. And as soon as the arrow touched the body of the boar, the boar started to scream, Ram, Ram, Ram. And then the farmer, of course, was very perplexed. What's going on? Who is this boar? So the boar went to a nearby cave. So the farmer went behind him, and he started to shout from outside the cave, Who are you? Who are you? Tell me, who are you? But nothing happened. He couldn't hear anything. So he was very sad, because he said, that cannot be anyone else than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How a wild boar will chant Krishna's name, Ram name. So he was fasting for 2 days, and finally the compassionate Lord spoke to him. He said, you have hurt me with your arrow, but don't worry, just go home and relax. And then the farmer went home, but he kept fasting because he was feeling so sad. I heard Lord who came in this form of a boar. And then he was fasting and fasting, and then Lord spoke again to him, and he said, "You foolish farmer, I told you to relax. Why you are fasting for nothing? Everything is fine, you hurt me, but that's all my lila, and I'm very pleased with you." And then the farmer said, "But how can I be sure that I will not get the punishment by Yamaraj after leaving this body? The only way I could be 100% sure if you appear before me." And then the Lord said, "Okay. You go and inform inform the king about this." And then the farmer went to the king and explained everything that had happened with the boar. And then he said, "I need you to be the witness of all of this. I'm not lying, I'm not making up the story of a boar chanting Krishna's name. So you have to be the witness of this. So then the Lord will appear." And the king said, "Okay, let's go." So they went to the cave, and the king paid his obeisances and he started to pray very sincerely. So sincerely that Krishna's heart started to melt with the prayers of this king. So he said, "I'm very pleased with you. You just start to pour milk in the cave and then I will appear." And then the king was so happy, he started immediately to pour milk in the cave. And then all of a sudden from the ground, the deity started to appear. First the crown, and then the face, and then they keep pouring milk, and then the chest, the thighs. But even though they kept pouring milk, still they could not see his feet. And then again the Lord spoke to them. He said, "In this form I will not show my feet. I've chosen not to show my feet, so don't pour more milk. Just leave it like this." So they did a big Mahotsava for that deity, and everyone was very happy. And then later on they established a temple for that deity, the one which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was visiting. And then there was another incident relating to the name of the deities, because it's Jyada Nishinha, like we have found Navajyada Nishinha Kshetra in Germany. So there was this businessman. This businessman went to visit that temple, and he saw there were two ladies coming with him into the temple. And then he paid his obeisances to the deity, to Nishinha, and then he walked out. And from behind, the door slammed, and the two ladies were locked indoor. So he was very curious what's going on in there. And he could hear that the ladies were talking to the deity. There was a conversation going on between the deity and the ladies. So he could not control himself, so he opened the door, and these two ladies, they transformed themselves into a stone. So they were standing next to the deity. So these are two also famous gopis. And then he was so happy to witness that. He said, "Please, Lord, do me a favor. I want you to be named after me. My parents gave me the name Jyada. So if you could please be Jyada Nishinha, I will be very happy." So this is the history of Jyada Nishinha deity. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very happy accepting his remnants. And after that, he proceeded to meet with the great devotee. What was his name? We're just ready. Testing him. Ramananda Roy, who was
Visakha.